Well, the good news is that this is the last video of the hike to Cochrane Dam. Now we don't get there right away. We don't, get to the views right away. In fact, it's not going to be until about the middle of the video that we actually get a real nice close-up. We start getting those close-up shots of the dam itself. So there's still time for me to be chatty, so to speak, and kind of talk over what's been going on in the past couple days. Let's see, where should we start? First off, yes, the last video was late, and therefore another day was skipped, and there was a reason for that. I got to the point where I was just about to make the 21-minute uncompressed file. Now, I'd like to try to have about 120 gig in my hard drive when hitting the uncompressed file. I do it with all my videos, though. I always have that uncompressed file because it works out more smoothly with the H.264 encoder than any other file format, than UV or anything else. The audio doesn't have any pops in it. The audio sounds good and the video looks good, and so I use an uncompressed codec, and then I go to the H.264 compression to make it into the MP4 file that I'm going to upload to YouTube. Well, and I don't know where all my disk space went. I know a lot of it went to the fact that I already had this footage that you're currently watching all ready to go in the Huffy UV codec, so that it wouldn't take me too long to put this one up as well. But I didn't realize that, because I had before I started doing this River's Edge Trail hiking part, the 3.5 mile part, I had at least 200 gig in my hard drive, and I didn't think that I used that much, and I delete the files. I delete the big files as I go along, as I get the YouTube ready videos made, and then I delete all the AVIs and the WAV files and all that. But for some reason, I noticed on my my hard drive, before I even started to mux it, to make the uncompressed file, that I only had 76 gig in the hard drive. You know, a lot of people, 76 gig is a lot of space that they would never use, but when it comes to making videos, it goes fast, and it's not enough for a 20-minute video, 21-minute video. And so, what I needed to do was, I didn't want to toss anything away. I mean, I started looking at my hard drives for things I could throw away in the recycle bin and toss away. And I didn't come up with very much, maybe about 10 gig that I found here. And oh my gosh, that looks like a heck of an incline. Okay. But for the most part, what I needed to do was actually write some disks with my data, and then delete as soon as those disks were written. So I had to write about 12 or 13 disks to ensure that I had enough hard drive space. It got me about 160 gig altogether. Because these disks, they weren't all 4 gig. Some of them were like 3.5, and I did that for a reason. So, so it took me about a day to actually write that information to the disks and then delete it from my hard drive. So yesterday's video was a day late, and that's the whole reason why I just didn't have enough hard drive space. Technically, the uncompressed file ended up being about 105 gig. So I was about 30 gig shy. I could have wrote 7 or 8 discs and I would have been fine. But it's nice to get as much as you possibly can. For the past couple days, while I've been putting this background commentary on the videos, I've been timing the commentary to match the spaces between the times I actually talk in the video itself. And nothing was more apparent than last video with that, because I was trying to hurry up and get this some things said within like 20 seconds, and it was obvious I was trying to do that. I made it obvious. I was trying to show what I was doing. But this one is going to be kind of different. I'm not going to care, essentially. I'm just going to try to provide about 15 minutes worth of background commentary, and that should allow me adequate enough time. I'll just start and stop the commentary after I say something on the video, and that's how we're working that. That way, I just feel like I've got a lot more freedom in talking that way. So, some things I can say about this trail is that there weren't any surprises on it. I was expecting to see, even just rabbits or gophers. I didn't see any animals while I was walking this trail. That kind of surprised me. I see more animals in town, than I saw walking this trail, and so we didn't have any. There weren't very many bugs either. The bug. I think I got bit by some mosquitoes. Because I did notice some lumps on my arms about a day after I made the hike, but it really wasn't that annoying. There weren't very many bugs. There weren't any snakes, resting on rocks, sunning themselves, and no killer rabbits. So no surprises at all. It kind of surprised me. The only thing I had to watch out for were cacti, essentially, the little prickly pear type cactus. So, I guess that at dusk, more of these animals actually come out. At least that's what I read from the web. And I did this walk about at 9 o'clock in the morning. So maybe that's the reason why I didn't see very many creatures. Speaking of creatures, I had mentioned that the Creature from the Black Lagoon was going to be in the Universal Classic Monsters Essential Collection that they have available here in the U.S. From Amazon U.S. at $111 up to $160 retail at different stores. And it just doesn't make sense to buy the entire disc set if I only want one video, and that's the 3D version of Creature from the Black Lagoon. And so I started looking up at forums with it, and a lot of people, what they did is they ordered it from Europe. And I was like, so we can do that, huh? I've never ordered anything from Europe, and so this was kind of a new thing to use Amazon's Amazon UK. And the disc is region free, so it should work in my 3D Blu-ray player. I'm so nervous that there's going to be a technical problem with it. I hope that there's not going to be the one there. So yeah, I ordered Creature from the Black Lagoon from the English site and the Europe site, and it costs about $21 American money. And I'd much rather spend 21 bucks, and that includes shipping and handling from another freaking country, than 160 or 111, for movies that, even though I might appreciate, watching, Dracula and Wolfman and those. But the only reason why I wanted the set was because of Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I got it coming now, which is good because now I can perhaps afford a couple discs coming out this week. Dial M for Murder and Prometheus. Okay, the last thing that I can kind of talk about here is now that I'm almost done with this series, I talked with one of my co-workers, just this kid. He's like he's about 22 years of age or whatever, but he had some pretty darn good ideas because he knows of areas around here. I mean, I'm not going to do it in the winter time, and this is going to be my thing, until until it gets warmer again, or until I move someplace else.
PPL Montana opened the Cochrane Dam bike and pedestrian crossing for 8 weekends in 2009. The crossing is now closed for the winter, which is fine. Of course, that doesn't say anything about 2012. I missed one of the weekends on the middle of July, actually. Say Libby.
I don't even know where it's at. I don't know if it's east or west of here. But he says that there are caves, and the caves are dark. I would have to have a light with this camera, but they're pretty awesome. They'd be pretty awesome in 3D. And so it does get me wondering what kind of videos that I will be doing in the future. I mean, I know that I want to do VidCon 2013. I mean, there's so many things I'd be doing differently with VidCon next year if I can go to it. And but that would still only take a couple months' time to show those videos.
Okay, I'm just going to leave my bike right here. I think it'll be safe. And we're going to go just huff it to the dam.
I have to have some footage for season 3, and and I have to kind of look into what I would do with that. I'm hoping that I'm not going to be up north here, even though there are a lot of things that you can see up north. But I don't know. I have to think about. Actually, I have to think about a little bit more current, because now that I'm done with this River's Edge Trail, I'm finishing it up. Now I gotta think of things that I can do on, for the inside, while inside with what I can show in 3D. So I have to think about that. So that'd be good to get back to normal, and if I can think about what works best as normal on this channel, I try to do different things. I do, and I mentioned this to the that coworker as well. When I do my videos here, for the most part, I try to avoid catching other people in them, and unless those other people are expecting to be filmed. That's why I do parades. That's why I did VidCon. And I don't know, essentially everything else, I don't want my videos to just be me talking in front of a camera, my face in front of a camera or whatever. I want to actually show people things, and I gotta think about what I'm going to do with that, because we're gonna have a long stretch between now and day 365. So it looks like it's about time to start looking at the dam here. I'm going to kind of shut myself down here so that you can enjoy some of the views, and let's yeah, let's go ahead and check out Cochrane Dam.
Well, I think that's it, folks. Cochrane Dam. And you can kind of figure how Great Falls gets its name. I have no idea where the path is that leads down to there. How to get there. But I don't see the trail. Oh. We're not going down there. Don't really have a need to. But yeah, that's pretty. So usually what they do about 8 times a year is open up the dam so that you can walk across, which would look awesome, I believe. But I don't think that they'll allow it now. Next time we're going to start from the other side over there, and we're going to continue down the river's trail. And I can mention, and as you probably already noticed, each of these falls gets cooler and cooler as we go along. You know, and the next one is Ryan Dam. And it's actually the coolest one of all. It's actually quite a tourist spot. But that will wrap it up for another trek here. I'll try to get the Ryan Dam, hopefully if it's warm, next week. And we'll finish our little jaunt here. Hope everybody has a good day.